like a clicker for my camera. That way I don't have to get up and whatnot. Or, you know, I could just get a regular video camera. Hi everyone, and welcome back to my channel. If you're new here, welcome. My name is Allison. I go by Al a lot of the time, and I hope you enjoy my content. So I posted on my cosplay and my main Instagram page, well, the story, if anyone would be interested in me talking about my interview experience at Victoria's Secret. And I didn't get a whole lot of response, but every answer was yes, and I figured that I would do this anyway because why not? And I really just wanted to share my experience, and maybe if somebody is planning on applying or you have an interview for Victoria's Secret, I kind of wanted to just share that and maybe help someone out. Before my interview, I actually watched a few tips on interviewing at Victoria's Secret. Like, I watched some videos on YouTube, and it made me really, really nervous the way that they were, like, giving this information. Not just, like, because of the way they were giving the information, but because I thought that I was gonna have a very intense interview, which was not the case at all. Oh my gosh, I got really lucky. But also, all of these videos that I watched, they were posted over 2 years ago, and I think that, you know, after 2 years, a lot changes in a company, but also just a lot of this stuff, I don't know, a lot of the stuff that they said that they experienced did not happen for me at all. Firstly, I want to talk about the reason that I applied for this Victoria's Secret specifically and not the other one in my city. We have 2 Victoria's Secrets in my city, and there's one in the mall and there's one across town in a pavilion. I personally chose the one in the pavilion because I feel a lot safer there and I like the layout of the store. It's also a lot smaller and it has a lot less foot traffic. Oh, the rain. It has less foot traffic, and I just felt like it would be a better experience for me personally, just because I'm not as outgoing as a lot of people. And I talked about that in my interview. We talked about how the manager that I interviewed with started at the one at the mall and then transferred over here through the Pink program, which is awesome, and I love her. I have my notes page here too, so if you see me looking over, that's what I'm looking at. Or, you know, I could just hold it. I really don't care. I got there about 30 minutes early. My interview was supposed to start at 2, and I left my house about 1:15. I live like 15 minutes away. And I got there about 1:30, and apparently I didn't know that it was supposed to be a group interview. They won't tell you, but Victoria's Secret is kind of known for having group interviews and also individual interviews. I guess they switched them because the videos that I looked at, some said they started with the group interviews, some said that they started with the individual interviews, but I just got really lucky. Again, I got there 30 minutes early, but I was supposed to interview with another girl who never showed up, so we ended up waiting an extra 15 minutes for the interview to start, just because we didn't know if she was gonna make it or not. So my group interview actually turned into an individual interview, and it didn't even last 15 minutes. Like, that's how long it took. I started my interview at like 2:15, and I was out the door into my car by 2:27. It was great. A lot of people say that they start with like the question, like, tell me more about yourself. My interview did not start like that at all. Mine actually started with availability, which is how I knew from the start that it was going well. She asked me about like school hours and everything. I was like, no, I graduated. She's like, oh, what did you major in? Like, I majored in theater. I have a bachelor's in theater, and she was like, oh, so you can act and stuff. Can you sing? Yeah, I can sing. And she just goes, can you sing for me? Like, sing for me right now. So as I was like trying to process songs, she was like, you don't have to, you don't have to. Like, it was just a conversation, and that's basically what an interview is. So yeah, I almost had to sing at my Victoria's Secret interview. But yes, it started with availability, and then we went on to why I wanted to work at Victoria's Secret. And to me, just personally, Victoria's Secret, like their apparel and their lingerie and their bras and underwear and everything, they've made me feel a lot more comfortable in my own body. Those of you that have known me and have watched my content throughout the years, you've known that I've gone through this thing. My brain is not working with me right now, but you've known that I've gone through some stuff that has made me unsure of who I am. And I felt like Victoria's Secret, just their stuff in general, has made me feel a lot more confident and comfortable in my body. If you're new here, you can just scroll through all that stuff and you'll understand, I guess. I don't know. But we talked about like why Victoria's Secret, and then we went into previous retail experience. I don't have any previous retail experience. My previous job was at a senior and adult daycare center. I dealt with a lot of senior citizens as well as handicapped adults that could not take care of themselves throughout the day. But mainly, I sat in the back office, did paperwork. I was an office assistant for 2 years, and was it 2 years? No. 3 years. I was an office assistant for 3 years, and I was a receptionist for 1 summer, because this was a summer job. I was a receptionist for 1 summer my first year, so I took a lot of phone calls as well. Other than that, I just got on Netflix and played Fruit Ninja. That was about it. So this is my first kind of real job. It was really nice. Just the person that I interviewed with, she was so nice, like, ugh. Then we went on to the tell me more about yourself question. And she was like, I already know, like, you majored in theater, you've had this previous work experience, like all this and that. So I basically answered almost every question at this point. And she asked me my age. I'm like, I'm 21, so, you know, gotta go. And something I didn't hear in any of the videos was like the 4 goals. I think she said goals, like the 4 goals of Victoria's Secret. And I can't remember exactly what all of them were, but the one I chose, because she asked me which one do I think best applies to me, and I said passion leads to success. Just because if you're passionate about something and you do that and it makes you happy, I feel like if you're successful, you're also happy. But success also means different things to different people. So you may have a different answer, but it's totally fine. I said passion leads to success. And then we talked more about availability. So by the end, it was just like, okay, so like this is accurate, all this and that. And then she basically said, you know, I really like you, so I'm gonna give you this job. Which, wow. So that's basically how my interview went. Oh, something I didn't bring up, the dress code. A lot of people know, probably everyone knows, that Victoria's Secret's dress code is all black. We also talked about the pink dress code, which is a little different. We talked about the dress code, and she told me that Victoria's Secret is actually about to change their dress code. She told me my outfit was really cute and that it may work with the new dress code. Somewhere on the screen are my pictures, okay? They're somewhere. She didn't really go into detail about it. I'm guessing just because they haven't really talked about it much. It may still be in the works. But yeah, she just told me she liked me and that she was gonna hire me, and that I would get an email with all of the stuff I needed to fill out, and that they would call me by today, and they haven't called me yet, and here I am, still waiting, and it's raining, and if I go outside, my hair is gonna curl up. It's fine. But yeah, I'm excited to start at my new job. I have a real job now. So I can make money. One question that I forgot to ask, because, you know, it's kind of important to ask questions at the end of an interview. But the one question I forgot to ask was, is it weekly pay or do you get paid every 2 weeks? I'm still not sure about that. I'm gonna do some research, or if anyone working at Victoria's Secret now can just post a comment and tell me, that would be awesome. Anyway, I'm really excited to start at my new job. I have a job! Thank you all for watching. I really appreciate it. I love you, and I hope you're having a wonderful day. Bye!